we get to your section, which is, like a little bit of a forward look to the 2020 draft. You highlighted 5, call them blue chip-ish type of players, the guys that we're probably looking at as top 5 to top 10 picks. Who really stands out on this list for you that you put together?
Yeah, we kind of touched on a handful of names in that Players to Watch podcast we did about a month ago. But I will just say there are a few guys in this class, I think really 2 to me that I will put my sort of chip in and say, this guy, you can't take him high. You can't take him too high. If you draft him at number 1 overall right now, that's not too high to me. They're that good. One's Jerry Jeudy from Alabama. I think you do
a wide receiver.
I think you do everything at the wide receiver position. I think he comes in from day one, similar to Odell Beckham, and just is one of the best receivers in the NFL from the day he steps on the football field. He doesn't fit the profile of what you'd expect from. He doesn't look like Julio Jones, doesn't look like Calvin Johnson. He's not going to get you excited from that perspective. But I don't think there's a single thing he can't do at the wide receiver position. 7 of 11 contested catches he caught last year. 14 touchdowns, broke 17 tackles on only 68 catches. Now, he was used a lot out of the slot. Would like to see him more play out wide next year in 2019. But that even to me, when he was out wide versus in the slot, when he was facing press, he really did not have any issues with any of that. So the biggest thing with me was sometimes across the middle would get some alligator arms, shied away from contact. Understandable at his weight. Hopefully he puts on a little more mass. Doesn't have those issues going forward.
When you compare him to Odell Beckham, I like to split up wide receivers into 3 basic categories, right? Route running, after the catchability, and then contested catchability. Odell Beckham was one of the few guys that truly had that. He could get open. If he wasn't open, he could still make spectacular catches. You get the ball in his hands, he can create after the catch, and you kind of stacked up those numbers for Jeudy.
That is Jeudy, yes.
Forcing missed tackles, making contested catches, and by the way, he's going to separate as well. So that is a good combination, even if it isn't the 6'3 prototype that the NFL loves. We'll talk a little bit more about the receiver class. I want to break them all down and how special they could be. I like the fact that you get the 2 defensive linemen in there from the Big 12, Big 10.
My other blue chip one, the other guy said you can't take too highly. Chase Young, Ohio State defensive end, came in seamlessly, seamlessly replaced Nick Bosa's production, led the nation in pressures as a sophomore, and he beat up Trey Adams, who a lot of people, the Washington offensive tackle, a lot of people are saying is a first-round pick next year, or would have been a first-round pick if he didn't have the neck injury. He just made him look silly in that game against Washington. So I think Chase Young, size, length, athleticism, really has. They're checking this thing. Jeudy, Young, they're checking every single box. And at that point, you just know they're going to be good.
Ohio State now has Joey Bosa, then Nick Bosa, and Chase Young as guys who stepped in as true freshmen and looked like NFL players.
Yes.
We've talked about the Bosas quite a bit here, but Chase Young is in that boat. I mean, when he had an opportunity as a true freshman, looked great, and then when he finally had a real opportunity as a true sophomore, as you said, really proved what he could do. So,
Larry Johnson, their defensive line coach, I think, deserves a lot of credit.
You get uber talented guys, a really good coach. That's what's happening at Ohio State.